time, everybody, and welcome back to the next 20 pages of Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. Yesterday, I did mention that I have some special news for you guys, and today I'm finally releasing it. So, a week ago, whenever I was posting about the law of attraction, whenever we were covering that book, I decided to follow the author on Instagram. And once I followed him, I immediately struck his interest, and he was super excited about the idea that I was doing with 20 pages. In fact, he was so pleased with me and what I've been doing that he decided to help me out a few times, and me and him have been building a connection. And this Saturday, I have a scheduled interview with Michael J. Lagier himself. I am so excited. It's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait to get that out to you guys. Saturday it's happening. However, once I get the file, I still have to edit it and whatnot, so it might take some time for me to get it out there. But now you guys know that I'm doing an interview with the author himself, which is super awesome. I had this vision with 20 pages, and I didn't think it would happen this quickly, but it is, so I'm super excited to get that out. Other than that, guys, let's get right into the points for Crushing It. First point being is going to be permission. That is all you need whenever you're going to be creating your brand. Permission. You have to be able to let yourself create your own brand without any doubt, no resistance, any of that. Get it all out of there. Give yourself permission and give yourself the appreciation of the fact that you're actually doing what you've been wanting to do. Now, we're going to go into the story actually of Patt Flynn. His story is very interesting. I'm going to break it down into a smaller segment because I don't want to tell the whole story, but he was an individual who was in the architect industry, and he wanted to pretty much go into the green building specialized industry. And in his story, he had to pass an exam which is called the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, also known as LEED. And that pretty much gives you credential to work in highly specialized areas, such as green building. And the reason why I mention that is because that's kind of where his whole story unfolds. And he took this difficult test, and supposedly, actually, there's only a 30% pass rate. 30%! That is it. So you kind of have an idea of how difficult this test is. He, fortunately, did pass the exam, and he thought to himself, whenever he was studying for this exam, he couldn't find really good information on how to study for this and how to, be well prepared for this, because there's no organized information on the web at all, so it made it difficult for him to study. However, once he passed the exam, he noticed this problem, and what he decided to do was create a website based on how to pass the LEED exam and how to pass, I guess you can say it, with flying colors. And what he did was he just had a website, and he pretty much got some traffic on there, and he pretty much answered questions of individuals who've been wanting to pass the exam. His website pretty much had all this organized content on how to pass the exam, and people started gaining interest. And eventually, he went out to a meeting, and he met with some entrepreneurs, and they asked him, "How are you monetizing on this?" Turns out he wasn't really monetizing on it. So what he decided to do was write his own book on how to pass the LEED exam. And because of that, he was very hesitant at first, because he was like, "Dude, no one's gonna buy this book. Who cares? No one's gonna care." Turns out the next day, once he woke up, he had no sales, unfortunately. But as his day started progressing, the numbers starting to fill in. People are starting to be interested on his product that he's offering to pass this exam. And he started generating revenue from it. And he started generating pretty much about $8,000 a month doing this. And his figures substantially grew over the years because he started to provide more content in that field. It's an amazing story because look at it this way. He made a brand off a very, very tight niche that no one really would have thought about. So now we're going to go into the points that I put underneath it. So we got, you want to go deep with your brand. You want to really go into the nitty gritty and find out pretty much if there's an audience for what you're doing. And if there is, Are they reluctant? Are they going to be reluctant to buy your product or whatever you're offering, or your information? Are they going to be willing to, take a bite of your information, take it in? And then we got go niche. So you want to go in a very, very niche field. Like, for example, as I mentioned a few videos ago, there's like trading cards that you can go into. Now, with trading cards, let's narrow it in even more. Let's do baseball cards. You can narrow it even more. You could do like 1960 baseball cards. You can narrow it even more. You could be like certain teams of baseball cards. And that's how you pretty much keep narrowing your niche, and you figure out how to pretty much find your audience in that field. So that's why you want to go deep, and you want to figure out what niche you want to go into whenever you're creating your brand. Now, going on to the third subpoint for Patt Flynn, provide value in the form of entertainment or information. What I'm doing right now with 20 pages, I'm actually doing both. I'm providing it with entertainment and information. I'm doing entertainment through a YouTube video, and I'm providing information through the author's books. And I do a little twist with my own super cool personality. Yeah, but that's what I do with 20 pages. I put value out there with entertainment and information. That's what you want to be doing whenever you're creating your brand. You want to pretty much either give some sort of entertainment so people start getting interested in you, or provide information, because people like information. People like free information. People dig that content up. Reason being is, one, it's free, and two, you're providing it with your personality, so if people like you, they're going to eat it. So, take advantage of it. Take advantage of who you are, post it on social media, see who bites it. Now we can go on to the next point, which is going to be create your pillar. I did mention a few videos ago on creating your own pillar, which is going to be pretty much structuring your whole brand. Now when you're creating your pillar, first step being is create a Facebook page. A Facebook business page at that. Reason being is that's a way that people can contact you and find your business easily on Facebook. For crying out loud, there's a lot of people that operate on Facebook. A lot of people are on Facebook daily. And a lot of people are looking at memes, whatever, photos, whatever have you, and videos more importantly. So you can easily interact with your audience by putting content out there on Facebook, because there's so many people on Facebook. That's why you want to make Facebook pretty much one of your pillars, if not one of your pillars, your main pillar, and work your way through that. So that's why Facebook's important. There's a lot of people on it, so do not mess with Mark Zuckerberg, man. He made an awesome invention. You freaking take advantage of it. Actually, Gary Vaynerchuk said that in the book. So I'm restating what he said, but with my own twist. Now going on to the third point, get discovered. Whenever you're going to be branding your social media, you want to get discovered. So how are you going to do this? You can always use hashtags, and you're going to pretty much interact with people with direct messaging or just commenting on their stuff. When you do this, you're going to be building connections with people, and people are going to start noticing who you are, one, from your hashtags, and two, from your interactions with those people. That's why you want to pretty much constantly be engaging with your audience and trying to rail more people into your audience group. So you build a larger audience, and then they eventually recommend their friends or family or whatever have you. So that's why you want to be pretty much trying to get discovered through social media using hashtags. Hashtags are huge. Everyone uses hashtags to pretty much promote something. So all you have to do is click on your hashtag, and boom, you have a list of people that are using this same hashtag, which have the same interest as you. And Gary Vaynerchuk also points out direct messaging. A lot of us are kind of uncomfortable with direct messaging people, but there is so much value in direct messaging people, even commenting. Whenever you're building a relationship with people, comment on your, or click on your username, they see what you got going, and they're kind of curious, And you keep commenting with them, keep engaging with them, and eventually they'll either follow you or like what your posts are, and that's it. And you eventually build your following that way, because they agree with you, and you're being honest and authentic by talking to them and building a relationship. That is all I have for you guys today. That was a lot of information. Once again, I probably went past the 10-minute mark, but sorry. A lot of stuff, good stuff, as always. But follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and please, guys, subscribe on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. You guys keep on being awesome. Keep on reading. And enjoy your day. It's freaking beautiful. Life is amazing. So go enjoy it. Be awesome, guys.